Hey, what's up guys? John here. Breaking news. This just came out 42 minutes ago. Schumer's calling on Biden to cancel $50,000 in student loan debt for millions of Americans. And I see this from both sides. What's happening right now is we're having a situation where they're estimating 73 million Americans will have to lose their careers, their jobs, their livelihoods in roughly the next 8.5 years. Some estimates are somewhere between 50, somewhere between 80 million jobs. Well, how many jobs are in America? Well, right now, it's roughly 157 million. So that's 50%, give or take 50% of the overall workforce is going to have to find another way to earn an income. Now, we've heard things such as universal basic income. We've heard of assistance programs potentially coming out down the road. But what happens with this $1.6 trillion student loan deficit that's holding down millions of Americans from finding a new career? They simply can't afford the rising cost of consumer goods, rent. Everything is just getting so expensive, and it's going to be hard for a lot of people to catch a break. But take a look at this, because it's really going to change the way that, at least for me, that I'm seeing things for people that are, 20, 30 years old, because they went to school, they paid $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year to get a good education. Now they're learning from home. They're not getting the college experience, and now potentially their career could no longer even be a career at the time of graduation or once they actually get settled in. So they're simply sitting on a ton of debt right now. So what they're saying is automation could destroy as many as 73 million US jobs by 2030, but economic growth, rising productivity, and other forces could more than offset the losses, according to a new report from McKinsey. The reality, though, is what's going to happen. It's not going to be a consolidation of mom and pop businesses in their favor. It's going to be productivity is going to be through Amazon and through a lot of the big corporations. They're going to be more efficient, more productive, because they're going to have the resources, they're going to have the ability to really expand during this wealth transfer. The dire predictions that robots are going to take our jobs are overstated, says Susan Lund, the group's director of research and co-author of the study. There will be enough jobs for everyone in most sectors. Yet maintaining full employment will require a huge overhaul of the economy and labor market, and the rivals or exceeds the nation's massive shifts from agriculture and manufacturing dominated societies for 165 years. I think it's going to be a difficult transition, Lund said. Machines and artificial intelligence are already spreading rapidly. With the advent of some self-driving vehicles, software that can respond to customer service inquiries, and robots that can man assembly lines, flip burgers, and check store inventory. In a study earlier this year, McKinsey found that about half of all work activities globally have the technological potential to be automated, but the new report provides a more realistic assessment based on economic, social, and technological factors that concludes that from 0 to a third of work activities could be displaced by 2030. In the US, 39 million to 73 million jobs could be destroyed, but about 20 million of those displaced workers can be shifted fairly easily into similar occupations, though they may take on slightly different tasks. The report says that means 16 million to 54 million workers, or as many as a third of the U.S. workforce, will need to be retrained for entirely new occupations. Who's going to prevail in this situation? I believe it's going to be people that are younger, because they're going to be easier adapted to the technological world. For example, my father, he's about 60 years old. Tech is not his forte. It just wasn't his generation, but it's my generation. It's a lot of my peers. We're on the devices, we're on social media, we're on technology pretty much all day, every day. This is how we spend time. It's going to be easier, I believe, for the youth to adapt in many cases to this. So what we're likely going to see is during this wealth transfer, some people are going to get left behind. And that's what Schumer is saying to Biden right now. He's saying, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer on Tuesday renewed his call for President Biden to forgive $50,000 in student loan debt for all borrowers through executive action. With the flick of a pen, President Biden on his own, without any congressional action or approval, could provide millions upon millions of student loan borrowers with a new lease on life. Schumer said, at the state of student debt, virtual summit. The remote event includes discussions on the racial inequities of debt, its mental health consequences, and more. Senator Elizabeth Warren and Presley also attended. It would free these Americans to finally buy that house, save on the kids' education, get going on starting on small businesses, or going into a profession that they desire, Schumer said. It could unleash a wave of economic activity missing from our country today. For those who view Schumer as a more moderate Democrat, his advocacy for student loan forgiveness through executive action has come as a surprise. In the 2020 Democratic primary, it was more progressive candidates, Bernie Sanders, Warren, pushing for a broad relief. Biden has argued for a narrower approach. Since the office, the president has continued to express skepticism about the benefits of blanket loan cancellation. I do see the pros of this. I see some real big benefits for the people that have a lot of student loan debt. A lot of people, 1.6 trillion, have student loan debt that is really destroying their lives. For example, one of my childhood friends, he was a fantastic artist. He was really, really, really talented. And he went to school, and he said the worst mistake he ever made in his life was going to college because he's still living with his parents. He's probably 36 or 37 years old right now. And he said, I don't know how I would be so much better off had I never went to college. And I'm sure there's millions of other people that are in his boat. But the sad reality is what is very likely to happen through this type of action is, where does it end? Is it going to continue to be more and more and more of a society where we have continuous handouts, or is it going to be a one and done situation? What is the inflationary fears of us printing so much money and just continuing to be reckless with the spending? Now, there's a lady named Nancy Davis, and she's flipping over to deflation, and she's no longer saying that inflation is the big fear. She's saying deflation is the big fear. So what would happen in a deflationary environment? Cash is king. So a lot of people right now are seeing the rising cost of automobiles and simply the cost of life, and they're saying, I need to allocate funds into real estate. I need to buy multifamily properties right now and lock in fixed 30-year rate debt at today's low interest levels. Well, in a deflationary environment, real estate does not perform as well as cash because everything is going down. So what I believe is a really, really smart strategy going forward when we look at these ambitious plans of people like Schumer and Biden is having a diversified portfolio and being well balanced to where you can move around and pivot with society. Having the right stocks, real estate, crypto, stocks, cash, gold, silver, being across the board to having really a bit more mobility going forward, because who knows what can happen. She said here, some investors have expressed concerns that the U.S. will experience an environment similar to Japan given the debt increase in labor market. Davis, who will manage the new strategy herself, said in a statement, it's prudent for investors to have tools available to them so that they are prepared for a wide range of economic outcomes and environments. And I think that was very well said. So what do you guys think about this student loan forgiveness, this cancellation plan that may go in effect? $50,000 for millions and millions of Americans. Do you think this is a very good thing for the economy? Drop your comments below. And I'm really curious as to what you guys think. Smash that like button. When you do, YouTube's going to share this content to educate more people about what's really going on in the economy, real estate, and personal finance. Subscribe here. Also consider subscribing on my second channel, my personal channel. Down below, I'll leave the links pinned at the top comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. YouTube Success Blueprint. If you've enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into growing your YouTube channel and create passive income as a YouTuber, check out my YouTube Success Blueprint by clicking the link in the description below this video. One of the richest men in the world, Warren Buffett, once said, opportunities come infrequently. When it rains gold, put out a bucket, not a thimble. I get the feeling that many men and women today are using thimbles instead of buckets. The truth is that we're in a huge wave of opportunity. I'm not suggesting that the current situation hasn't caused any financial damage to people's lives, because it certainly has. You may be one of those who have been fired, transferred, demoted, or had his assets repossessed. When looking up my own channel statistics on Social Blade, you can see that I was able to grow from a mere 11,000 subscribers to 120,000 subscribers in just 15 months. You could do this too, and I want to show you how. My YouTube Success Blueprint is a complete A to Z guide that teaches you the necessary steps in order to get your channel up and running within a few days. YouTube is an explosive avenue where you can earn thousands of dollars based simply on uploading videos and monetizing them for views. Think of a bridge with a toll on it. That is a video that's monetized on YouTube. It also serves as a great channel to capture leads and potential new clients. Personally, I'm receiving roughly $30,000 per month in video views through Google AdSense just by people watching my videos on YouTube with 120,000 subscribers. This number is likely only going to grow as more and more people become accustomed to using YouTube. We have roughly 2.3 billion monthly users on YouTube, and I could see that number hit 3 billion in no time. To learn more about growing your YouTube channel and creating passive income as a YouTuber, register for my YouTube Success Blueprint by clicking the link in the description below this video.